squad on the mission, you got to listen. We PoPolitickin, it's so dope when it kick in. That you can get in where you fit in. We straight PoPolitickin, the whole squad on the mission, you got to listen. You know what this is when we PoPolitickin. My money long like division, I proposition to put a fist in. We straight PoPolitickin. Hey yo, I rise like the sun in the east, running the streets. Same people that was coming in peace, some in the beast on the microphone. It's never a long and hard task. For God, I'm gonna smash they blog and podcast. Introduction to journalism 101 with Pharaoh PoPolitickin about where I'm from and what I do. What's up? It gotta be good. Interviewing everybody, you know they probably could. Take all the blood, sweat, and tears, working all them years. Put it in 10,000 hours, it empowers careers. From the baby and Megan Thee Stallion to Yo Gotti. High as a kite, jet life, currency in the party. With MC Light, J Prince said I rap a lot. Super Saiyan Black Kakarot with a Macintosh laptop and my Apple Watch. Smoking Fraggle Rocks, 4 eyes, got more lines and hooks than a tackle box. What? The whole squad on the mission, you got to listen. We PoPolitickin, it's so dope when it kick in. You can get in where you fit in. We straight PoPolitickin, the whole squad on the mission, you got to listen. You know what this is when we PoPolitickin. My money long like division, I proposition to put a fist in. We straight PoPolitickin.
Welcome back to Politickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Right now, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Check me out on Spotify and Apple Music. 1212, and place to be with Ace Wonda. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, brother. I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no doubt. I want to ask you about your name because when I hear Ace Wonda, my mind be wanting to say, wasn't Superman like the boy Wonder or something? What they call Superman?
I think that was one of his nicknames, something like that.
My mind go to comic books.
You know, the comic book people, they'll have our heads if we don't get it right. They be real particular about that. So I can't claim it. But the name came from, first off, my last name is Ace. So I was automatically Ace, you know, I was young Ace when my pops always was known by Ace, or his last name Ace. So I always adapted the name Ace off top. And then Wonder just kind of came with it. Far back, I remember when I was young, I heard one of Busta's first or second album on one of the intro. I remember they said the eighth wonder of the world. In my head, it sounded like Ace Wonda. I had to rewind it about 3, 4, 5 times. I said, did they just say Ace Wonda? And I was like, man, that sound hard. I said, you know what? That's it. Ace Wonda. And that was it. And then also it stuck because I always shout out Boot Camp. They were a heavy influence on me and my guys coming up. They had Starain Wonder. And so, you know, he was one of the members of OGC. And he was dope. And I was like, you know what? Ace Wonda. It was just it just fit. So that's where it came from.
And where you from? Like, where your hometown?
Jersey. Grew up in Middlesex, South Brunswick, New Jersey. That's Central Jersey.
That's where you at right now too, or did you move away?
Oh, nah. That's young days. I'm in Maryland right now. I've been in Maryland for 20 plus years now.
I heard the DMV.
Actually, 25 years.
I said I heard the accent when you said Maryland. They got the y'all got the accent. I heard it a little bit when you said Maryland. Like it's a certain accent they got. Yeah, you got it. It's a certain accent because I talk to a lot of people from Baltimore on the phone. And you can it's like you know the accent they got over there. It's like you said Maryland. like the accent.
See,
how you like it out there?
It's cool. It's cool, man. It's beyond cool. I love it, man. It's a great change of pace from growing up in Jersey. It's a little bit more laid back, but it also depends on, you know, what parts. Like every state, you know, it got a little parts. Like you said, Baltimore, I can't claim that because you listen to true Baltimore natives, their accent is completely different. So I've been far away from Jersey for many years now, but I don't got a true. My thing is somewhere in between. It's just it's a mix. You know, because if you listen to folks that's born and raised out there, they definitely got a different twang to it.
Yeah,
You
it's more
got
heavy.
DC right down here, absolutely, absolutely. But I definitely take on a lot of the different elements from the environment. So you know, keep it pushing.
Right. And I was reading that you started rapping around 12.
Yeah, yeah, middle school. That was it. You know, just the composition books. You know, in your journal, your notepads with the bars and everything. And I would say about seventh grade, eighth grade started really just getting into it in my spare time, writing rhymes.
Mm. And then how did you? I guess how did you go from middle school to like really, putting it on wax, core, and being a recording artist?
Uh, that's a good question. So middle school was more kind of like playing around. A few homies of mine, they had access to a computer where we record. So we'd go over to one of my best friends' spots. His name is Broadway, and he used to work on Cool Edit, and that's probably, you know, I don't know if you remember, but for younger cats, it's probably something they never even heard of. It's ancient now,
Mm.
but it was one of the first software programs before Pro Tools and everything that you can actually make digital recordings. So we used to go over there and do Cool Edit recordings of music and stuff. And we put out a mixtape like back in the day in high school. So to speed it up, sometime in college, started going to the studio regularly. And then just decided to, you know, put out a mixtape. And then from that mixtape was still before the streaming platforms and everything. That was back in like I would say Dat Piff, right before MySpace or right around MySpace, I would say. So the Dat Piff, the live mixtapes era, and then I just you know, just kind of adapted and evolved with the times into now the recordings they just get distributed online through distribution platforms and my own website.
Yeah. Speaking of MySpace, I be thinking about. I was thinking the other day. I was like, damn, what happened to Black Planet? I was like, why everybody just left Black Planet? Like, why? You should have stayed on there. Look like they still got it. I'm like looking at it now. Look like it's still over. I'm gonna go log in and see. I'm gonna check on my MySpace too. I don't even know if I got a MySpace. Last time you logged into MySpace.
Oh man, too many years. Too many years. I know when so you know somebody else was just mentioning they should have a revamped Black Planet. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
get all of us on a another platform and just kind of either revamp it or remix the name and rebrand it, but you know, kind of revitalize that feeling in that era. But yeah, MySpace has been too long, man. I probably wouldn't even be able to access anything on there.
And you remember with MySpace, your top 8?
Yeah,
That shit was
yeah,
pressure.
yeah. I had you know what I liked
uh,
about MySpace? I was super late to MySpace and like most social media things. Because I was just on some anti-social media, whatever. But I feel like MySpace was even before that. We was calling it social media. It was just MySpace, right?
yeah, we
Um,
we didn't have no name for it yet.
hmm I was able to they had the little hacks and the little tweaks to where you could put like 12 or 24 people on your top. So
Yeah, that's what I
I
said. The top 8, yeah. Then you do the little
yeah,
hack and get more. Yeah.
yeah, so I was always on some, you know, computer hacking type thing when I was younger. So I was trying to figure out different ways behind the scenes to freak my page on some craziness that the regular person ain't have. So I had about like 20 to 24 probably of my homies on there that you could see, you know.
And I would say, I remember before MySpace, it was kind of like we had the AOL Messenger. You remember
Yeah,
that?
you know exactly
You
what
be
it
like
is. Yeah, I don't
ASL.
know how
You hit
old
them
you are,
up
but
talking about
that's
ASL. You know who the fuck you
man,
be
what?
talking to? Talking about some
Yeah.
ASL.
But that's what it was about. It was just about the conversation, man. Some rooms just be you know was popping back in the day with craziness. You know what I'm
You don't remember?
saying?
I
Yeah,
just saw a post somebody made, and it was like a picture of like a big ass computer, like a big ass computer, old ass computer. Then it was like the little the speakers, the dial up, the CD for CD burning. And he was like, man, like back in the day, when you had to go on the internet, that shit was like kind of like you had to go to the library or you had to really like clock out to go to the internet. Now it's like it's so easy to go on the internet, but back in the day it was like adventure. Like
Bruh,
you had to dial
it was an
in.
adventure.
Yeah, that shit
Yeah,
was fun
it
back
was an
then. It kind of went
experience.
away, but it was like fun going to the internet back then. Everybody didn't
Cause
have it.
look, those were the early days, man. That's when folks they don't understand the struggle and the humble beginnings when you know, your mom or somebody pick up the phone and knock you off. You know what I'm saying? Like you had one line that was dedicated, and then all of a sudden somebody pick up that phone, want to use it, ain't know you was on, and now you gotta try to log back on, and that crazy what was it? That crazy sound that sound like a fax machine ringing off for like 10 minutes trying to log you in, dealing with 28.8 and 56K speed modems. Man, let me stop, man. I'm showing my age. That's what it was, you know, for the real ones that remember coming up on the internet trying to get in. I don't know if I think I lost you. If so, I don't know if we still live internet world, but while we are, huh, what am I gonna do? Gonna play some music. All right, we're gonna go to the Odyssey of One. We're gonna let this one rock.
Yeah, we back, man. It damn whatever the damn string guard be tripping,
Look,
man.
I
Yeah,
was about to DJ a set. I'm like,
yeah, I'm back. I should be tripping. It just be resetting sometimes on its own. Yeah, but I guess we was talking about social media, but I just want to talk about a little bit about who were some of your influences?
oh man, a little bit of everyone. To be honest with you, I'm a hip hop lover, hip hop kid to the core. So early on, definitely Redman, being born and raised in Jersey. Um, I always think of Royce the 5'9", Busta Rhymes, Beanie Siegel, Az. Um, I mean, you pretty much name it. I have my up north for, let's say, East Coast and then the West Coast. Who I don't hear a lot of people talk about that I really enjoy was MC8, man. MC8 on the West Coast.
Hmm.
Um, definitely was vibing with him. Um,
Said cheese.
yeah, I leave it right there. But you know, when it comes to some of the more lyrical, Siegel, Styles P, um, Max B, 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying? Like I love all their music.
Hmm. And then who was some of like the newer generation of artists you listen to?
Man, that's a tougher one. The newer guys, let me think. I listen to the Kendricks. I listen. When I say the Kendrick. Who else is new? I'm not really the boy Jid, who I think he's from out of Atlanta.
Oh
JID. I
yeah,
don't know if you even
yeah,
call
yeah. I
him
think he.
Jid.
I
Uh,
want to say he with J Cole,
is
his
he
label.
okay?
I want
Yeah.
to say
Well,
so. I might be wrong though, but I think he's with whatever J Cole's label is. He's with them.
okay. He be
Dreamville,
spitting.
Dreamville, Dreamville.
Wow, I learned something new today. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But yeah, he be spitting. Let me think. JID. Um, I feel like Kendrick ain't even new. Like you saying someone new, you thinking like someone that within the last couple years. And to be honest with you, I don't really know. If I can't name them, that tells you. You know, I ain't
Mm.
really been on them like that. I kind of hear things in passing on the radio, but when I'm locked in on my own personal time, I'm not really listening to too much of the new music. You know, I listen to new music from more seasoned or older artists, but not new music from newer artists. Let's say that.
Mm. But I feel like I don't know. It's kind of like it's kind of weird though because it's kind of like you have the older artists. They be following the new artists sometimes. Like it ain't always like you know what I'm saying. Like it's sometimes like the older artists be looking at the young kids and following their trends. So it's kind of like you know they influence each other a little bit. I think.
I agree. I absolutely agree with you. I think
Cause you got older
sometimes,
rappers on TikTok and shit like that, you know.
right, right,
They be on there
right,
dancing
right, right.
like they young. They on there doing dances and shit with their kids, so they be kind of keeping in tune with the youngsters though.
I think it's good though. I think it's a balance. And let me not front. It's not that I so much I don't. I probably just having like a mind blank, you know what I'm saying, brain fart, and can't honestly tell you a name. If you was to probably throw out a name or a song, I'd be like, oh yeah, they cool. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't to where I just tune them all out. It just ain't to where I go through their catalog like that. But they might have a track or two in passing or on the radio that I hear, and I'm
Hmm.
like, yeah, I like that, you know.
Yeah, you
But
got to keep hearing them, then you know who they are.
exactly. That's where it's at. And then I'm more on the lyrical side. So someone like JID, I recognize him as one of the newer cats that I feel are a little bit more lyrical, whose pen I've kind of looked at and been like, okay, he's someone that caught my attention, you know.
Yeah, you see, I don't know if you it's like it's kind of like a new thing going on. It's kind of like you know, like when kids grew up and they wanted to be rappers or a basketball player or shit like that.
Mhm.
Now a lot of these kids are growing up and they don't want to rap no more. They want to be a streamer. The streaming taking over. I don't know if you saw that because you got the
Well,
Kai. They said a lot of them streamers getting paid more than rappers now, like Kai, Aiden, Speed. They getting like millions a month.
look, I'm kind of glad you brought that up, but that's the truth. Because think about it. Growing up, a lot of people, you know, young and old, you idolize success. Success sometimes is measured by money, monetary. You know, it gets a little when you're older, you realize money ain't all happiness and successful. But when you're young, that's what it looks like. The money can
Hmm.
bring you, you know, material things and things that you like that you want for yourself. So a lot of people, especially now in the industry, a lot of artists, they're much more candid. And they'll tell you, look, you know, I ain't making all this, or it's so much about streaming platforms, but now you know you get, you know what, a couple thousand streams is still like a few pennies, you know? And so they realize that they see their streamers, what back in the day, people growing up would idolize, say, drug dealers or the most famous athletes because they came through now and in certain cars or certain outfits and clothing. You can now go online to YouTube and see your favorite streamer who has your favorite channel, whoever you subscribe to, living the life you would like to live. And so it's a whole nother outlet, man. These kids are have access to a whole nother world and resources to where they can now go on TikTok or go on YouTube and see people that are living the life they want to live, and they ain't got to shoot a basketball or sell any drugs. The streaming platform where you get that ad revenue is where it's at. I think it's good because it's positive. I just don't care for a lot of the streamers that be doing the not so much the clickbait but the pranking stuff. You know, I'll be
Yeah,
watching and I'll just
that's when
be,
them
you
fucked
know,
up.
I'll be just concerned, man, because you know, I'm be like, I don't know how much of it is fake and real, but sometimes it be looking like they getting, you know, close to near death experiences right for our amusement. And I'm like,
Yeah, I
damn, if
know.
that's really true, and you know, you getting guns pulled on you just for some views, at what point is your luck gonna run out? You know?
Yeah. Then I had learned something too, man. I was like, because I was watching Kai Sinat, and he's at the Grammys. And he was trying to see Taylor Swift, but they didn't let him see Taylor Swift. But right after Taylor Swift was Jay-Z. And then Jay-Z stopped him and shook his hand. And then
Mm,
even Beyonce shook his hand. And you know why?
culture.
Because he's Blue Ivy. Blue Ivy watches him all the time.
Ha.
So I
How
was
about
like,
that? Yeah.
damn. I said,
Yeah.
sometimes if you want to get to these people, if you influence their kids, you gonna get them. Cause they, you know what I'm saying? They know him through their kids. They don't know
Oh
him
yeah.
through watching him. They know them because they kids watch him, so they want to be on what their kids on. So I was like, Dang, that's
Absolutely.
crazy. Because Jay-Z like
Yeah.
stopped him, gave him his phone number and everything. And I'm like, shit. I was like, that's brilliant. Like you got if you influence the kids, then you got whoever you trying to get sometimes. So like I remember even he had Kevin Hart on his show. And then Kevin Hart even told him, he was like, yeah, I started watching you because my kids was watching you.
Right. Right. Because think about it. Like Kevin Hart, I don't know how old he is, but and I don't even know how old Kai Cenat is, but I was super late
That's
to
not
finding
like
out
20,
too.
23, 22.
Okay. Okay. And I was super late finding out about him. And by the time I
Yeah.
found out about him, he's already out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like he done all the way blew up. But you're absolutely right. Like people, so many degrees of separation and different angles. So even if Jay-Z, he was never on his radar, guess what? He's in your household because Blue is watching him.
Right.
You know, who knows who room he might be watching? Like, and so the kid factor, your child factor, that brings in a whole lot because you want to be aware of what they're consuming. So I learned a lot from watching what my kids are looking at and what they're listening to. I get put on all type of different music and more so stuff more than myself. Me searching and finding new things for my own self. I'll get put on to something quicker because I'm with my child in the car. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Or I'm going by the room looking at what they're watching on TV. You know. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I know
crazy.
like I kind of grew up in an older era. A lot of parents they act like they can't learn anything from their kids. But to me, I feel like you can learn a lot from your kids because it's just a new set of eyes, and they looking at stuff a whole different way than you looking at it. Because we already kind of conditioned to how we think and how we learn. They just got a whole new set of views on life. So it's kind of you can learn a lot from kids too.
Yeah, man. I agree wholeheartedly because you figure this it's balance, right? So when I was younger, I always loved listening to like my elders and older people just talk. I would just soak it up like a fly on the wall, just hearing stories and then the wisdom and just old sayings and stuff like that. Like I would love just hearing old tales and stuff like that from my older family members and my older brother and stuff like that. So when I noticed they got older family members, they look to me and the younger kids in the family to help with things, because technology will evolve. So they want to learn how to work this CD player. Then it was the MP3 player. Then it's like, what's
iPhone.
this app do? The iPhone, what's this app do? How do I work this Fire Stick? They start leaning on us now to try to figure it out, but they don't have to wait till they get a certain age. We could do that now with our children. And so I
Mm-hmm.
think the sooner that you start leveraging both, older and younger, you're a little bit more balanced out, and in tune with just the world altogether. Because you're losing if you want to just cut off the younger generation or the older generation and tune them out and think you can't learn anything. Everyone can learn from everyone.
Yeah, we're all the Odyssey of One.
Ah, yeah, exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
So speaking of Odyssey of One, I was checking out the. I just want you to talk about the project, like how long it took you to work on it. Just give us the background on it. I was checking it out. It was pretty good.
Thank you, brother. So yeah, the Odyssey of One, the latest album I got out right now with me and my brother Slimline Mother. We started, I want to
The
say
name
Chef and
Slimline Mother.
yeah, Mother, spelled Mutha. You had to tweak it and put that slang on it. So Slimline Mother, he's the producer. He's based out of UK,
Mm-hmm.
London-based producer and dope producer. And this is our second collaboration together. We had one back in 2022 we dropped called Sophisticated Syntax, which was really an EP, 6 tracks. So it didn't make the LP, but we got 6 songs on there. That was 2 years ago, or now 3. But we doubled back and came back with the Odyssey of One, and we released it on December 9th. But I want to say I started recording it maybe June. Yeah, I think it was around June. So it was a good like 6 months of just kind of like, you know, marinating, chopping it up, him sending beats. critiquing things and picking ones that I liked, didn't like, and then started actually recording. Um, and I had a vision that this was going to be kind of based directly off of the album I had out before that, which was called Vega.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just kind of like realizing your star potential, because it was inspired by the star Vega, and the Odyssey of One was just basically internal personal growth. So you just want to really, everyone has their own journey through life, and this was your self journey, and so the Odyssey of One is all of that. Just kind of a melting pot, a mixing bowl of all that. So it gives you some storytelling in there. I got some braggadocious, kicking that ish, I would say, talking that talk on there with some bravado type of songs. And then I give you some deep type of conceptual songs with woulda, shoulda, coulda was one that was very well received. Fearless, the title track, the Odyssey of One. They all kind of give you different glimpses of where I was at personally at different points of time, from growing up, doing like a year and a half in Virginia when my parents were separated, um, kind of like taking on this new creator slash artist role and having to put yourself out there in front of people. That's what kind of Fearless is about. It touches on different topics, throughout.
Mm. So what else, like, as far as like how many videos you put out for it,
Um,
or have you put any videos out for it yet?
Now I don't have any like cinematic. When I mean cinematic, like I've been putting short form videos on social media. I'm
Mm.
working on something right now that hopefully can get done soon. I want to put a time or a deadline on it, but it's in the works, and that's gonna be for the song "Fearless" that I have kind of pushing right now, being played on different platforms and radio and playlists and different mix shows that people have been picking up. So that's in the work, and that'll be like your traditional format. That'll go for like a full version on YouTube and everything with the uh, 16:9 landscape kind of format. The other one's just been kind of vertical, me just ripping on different verses that I've let out on the songs.
Y'all gonna say how did you come up with the album cover? Because it looked like a book or something. It looked like a school
Yeah.
book.
Yeah. Yeah. My boy said look kind of like a Bible. And I
Something,
thought that
yeah.
was,
It's cold.
yeah, thank you. Listen, just like I said, it's
What's up,
almost like
Mojo?
autobiographical.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking like if it was something like a book of on me, my own personal autobiographic biography or something like that. So that's kind of where the book concept came from, and then the picture within the book or on the cover, as you see, it's like a passageway of like a doorway of a single person kind of going through it, like they just what I'm saying, arrived or is about to either embark on their journey. And so again, it just kind of doubles down on the journey of one. A lot of self discovery. It's talked about heavy concept throughout the album, and so I thought that when I saw it, I was messing around creating a few different images, and that one stuck. That one stuck, and I showed Slimline, and he was like, "Yo, that one." So I threw a few different looks at him, and that one connected, and I was like, "Word!" I was rocking with that one too, so we went with that.
Right. Then what do you want to know? What do you want the people to know about Ace Wonder?
Man, I'm just a music lover, just a music lover. Hip hop, from the soul, and I'm lyrically driven. The lyrics are always going to be first and foremost. I'm gonna give you something that you can, hold on to. It connects with you, and I'm a MC or a lyricist. I think a person that really hones into their craft and really takes writing and creating music and lyrics seriously, they should be able to appreciate the work that I put into my music. It may not get caught, at the first listen, what I'm saying, for everyone, but I think a rapper's rapper. they will be able to catch it and pin together some different things that I do with the lyrics and the rhyme schemes, the cadence, what I'm saying, the punchlines and the entendres and all that. I like bringing that into it and make words and putting words together fun. Not something that's just kind of like microwaved and out there. Like you got to kind of sit back and listen and then go back and listen again if you got time. I know the time spans they keep talking about are so shortened nowadays, but if you enjoy lyrics, I think you would like to enjoy listening to my music.
Mm. And I'm gonna say, what do you like to do outside of music?
Man, listen, I'm a father, first and foremost, so I enjoy spending time with the family and my
How
girls.
many kids you got?
I got all girls. I got 5 daughters. So
Lee.
I'm a full-time
Ooh.
father. Yeah, big blessings. Big blessings. So
Yeah.
I got one that's in college, her freshman year right now. And I got a little one that's 9 months old. So I'm busy, brother. I'm
Uh,
busy. I got a career outside of hip hop, that keeps the lights and, pays for the house and the cars. But other than that, man, I just enjoy family time, man. Family time and maybe a good movie here and there, watching a good game or two on the TV.
yeah, I said I got a boy and a girl. They little, they 4 and 5. But it's different with a girl. Like I can't be as hard as I am with the boy as I am with the girl. Like I can't even, I can't. Like they already got me. She already got me. I'm already, but the boy I can be a little hard on him. But her, she just got me already. I can't got me. I'm stuck.
Hey, it's balanced there
But
too, but
5 of them,
you
5
speak
girls.
right.
Wee.
Yeah, you speaking to it. They'll get you, and trust me, they gonna know they got you. But you gotta know, you gotta show them that you got them by sometimes being firm, and
Um,
holding it down a lot more than you wanna be. But you got to, brother. You got to,
uh,
brother.
yeah, I always be like, it's kind of what Chris Rock be saying when he like he don't want to be on the pole. You remember that joke he always was saying?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I just be looking at all these females that's out here now. I be like, damn, I just want my daughter to get caught up like that. That's my whole thing. Like I was like, these girls crazy. Like especially like even with the rap, man, I saw the craziest shit. I saw a freestyle, and then the girl took her panties off and put them on the microphone and said like the
Mm,
wackest line. Like the wackest line, it was something like my coochie boochie. It wasn't even a tight line. So I was like, you did all that, then came in with a whack line. I was just like, damn. I was like, these girls like they doing more and more and more and try to get noticed. I guess that's what they gotta do instead of rapping. But I was like, man, this shit crazy right now.
you brought up a good point. Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about females in hip hop right now?
Like I said, I like it. I like that they're getting showcased, but I'm just saying, like, they just doing like I just wanted to be real. I don't want to be no fake shit. Just like Lotto. Me and my wife was talking about Lotto. She
Hmm.
got a song called Blicky. My nigga gotta have a blicky. If my nigga ain't got no blicky, I don't want him. And I told my wife, I said, what the fuck is this? I said, I'd rather have a
Yeah.
female sitting there rapping about their coochie and all that shit than like just like Sexy Red just came out with a song talking about wet coochie with Bruno Mars. But I respect that more than you talking about if my nigga ain't got no gun, I don't want him. And then you don't even we follow you, we see you, you're not even about that life. So it's like, why are you rapping about a life that you're not a part of? And then why are you glamorizing some shit that you shouldn't even be glamorizing? So it's just like, go to what you know. Don't be rapping about this extra shit. So I didn't like that song she came out. Yeah, it's like something like my nigga gotta have a gun. He ain't got no gun. I don't want him. I'm like, what is this? That's a mess. Just go back to shaking your ass songs and all that. I respect that. Don't be rapping about no street shit and you ain't about that shit now. So
Okay.
that got me
So
upset. But overall, I mean, I feel like the most talented ones they really to the top. And then that Doji kind of threw me off. I was like, how did Doji win the best female artist, best rap album? And I was like, what's up with Nicki Minaj? Like, why she didn't get it? But I think she might have dropped her album too late. I mean, because she dropped it like December 23, 2023. It didn't make it for 24, but I was just wondering how Doechii won it over Nicki Minaj.
Okay, so let me say this. One, I'm not up on a lot of Doechii's music. I'm late
Mm-hmm.
on that. I didn't know. Now for you talking about the Grammys, I saw she won Best Rap, and it was just Best Rap altogether. Like she won, she beat out the males too, right? It was everyone in one
Yeah, and I was
category,
just like,
right?
even it kind of took me to even with Killer Mike one. I was like, where did that come from? So it's kind of like their selections are kind of weird to me, right? These past couple of years.
Okay, I'll say this. Um, I Killer Mike, his project I heard. I thought it was extremely solid. I fucked with it. Um, so to hear he won, I was happy for him. I was like, okay, I get it. Only because I thought it was strong and his presence and where he is in it. You know, a lot of these shows and these award shows, it's a lot of different variables that go into it. Like I think sometimes it's also the star power, also the presence and the position that the person may hold in the culture in hip hop. And Killer Mike, he touches a lot of different let's say elements, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
he has a mature voice and he does community work. He's been in the game for the longest. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been a part of different influential, you know, crews and everything. And so I think it was just really his time. I'm not sure who he was against last year, but his win, I felt like, okay, I could rock with that. Now, I can't say the same thing for Doechii because I'm really not up on her music. And it's so bad that
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know she rapped. Like I knew her as an artist, but I thought it was maybe more pop. Like I didn't know her music was just considered rap. And right now, that kind of line is so blurred. I feel like because a lot of rappers, once they get to a certain level and hit mainstream, a lot of their music is kind of pop. But you know, I'm not the judge,
Yeah,
so
so Killer Mike went against Drake and 21 Savage. So I'm saying Drake and 21 Savage. Then he went
uh
against Metro Boomin. Then he said he either went against Nas. I would have gave it against Nas or Drake. Then Travis Scott. I know a lot of people saying Travis Scott, but I would have said the Drake and 21 or the Nas. That was Killer
so
Mike. Then Doechii, I'll let you know Doechii after. Let me know you ready for that one.
no, I'm ready because I was about to try to see
Yeah, Doechii
who was in her
was
category.
Doechii was might delete later J. Cole. He could have won it if he didn't do that shit that he did. I think he just didn't win just because that battle shit. That's
Wait. You said J. Cole, Doechii,
yeah.
J.
My
Cole,
delete
who else?
later was so these the albums of rap for the albums that got nominated. Doechii album Alligator Bites Never Heal. J. Cole might delete later. Pete Rock in Common, the Auditorium. The Death of Slim Shady, Eminem, and then We Don't Trust You featuring Metro Boomin.
Oh,
So even the
okay.
albums wasn't even like, well, I don't know. This year wasn't like 20. Last year wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't that we didn't have that much heat last year as far as music. So maybe that's all we had.
Yeah, I'll be honest. The only ones that I was really up on, I really listened to out of that was the Metro Boomin.
Mm-hmm.
Common and the P Rock, I heard it. It's all right. I wasn't impressed with the J Cole one at all. Like, if he would have won that, he wasn't winning that. I, I don't think that had nothing to do with him bowing out, whatever he did with the whole Kendrick thing, and you know, I just don't think that that project was it. Not for a Grammy. Um, And you know what though, it influenced me to actually try to go get up on Doechii's music now. You know, because I
Mm-hmm.
see her name pop up on the radio when I'm listening to it. But again, that's my bad that I wasn't tuned in to her music and her catalog to know that she was technically a rapper. You know, but bring it back full circle. I agree with you, man. Sometimes my wife and I'm with my children. I'm listening to this stuff, even on the stations that bleep the curse words out. I gotta turn that music off, man, because it's like they giving too much through the music and the lyrics itself without the curse words that I don't even want my daughters listening to it.
Yeah, he'd
I
be like,
just took
spread
a
my
ride
cheeks
when
and
I was
lick my
just coming
booty.
back.
You be like, damn, you still saying some crazy shit. You
Yeah,
can't
and
beat you
it's
can't beat out Sexy Red anyway. Like Sexy Red, you listen to Sexy Red or how the
that's
Gorilla
who it was.
shit. Yeah, you can't
Glorilla
beat
be
them out. You
rapping.
already know they talking about shit.
Yeah, but Glorilla, I don't know if she, for some reason, she don't come off so as sexualized as Sexy Red. I just heard a
Shit.
Sexy Red track talking about, fat, juicy, all that stuff, and I'm
Yes, on
like,
Bruno Mars.
is it? I didn't even know Bruno was on there. I just
Yeah,
caught
Bruno
a
Mars
little
sing the
parts of
hook.
it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this ain't getting no burn in the whip. When I got my kids with me, that's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Bruno is Bruno, who he is, but because he don't, it's still getting no burn in the whip. And Lotto, Lotto is like, I still remember when my oldest daughter was watching Lotto on
That rap shit. That's
that
why I
rap
got
show.
mad. Cause I was like, that's why I'm saying. I was like, you don't even come from that shit. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you talking about Blicky? And why nobody in your team told you
Well,
don't rap about that shit? Like rap about something else. Nobody's like leading her. They got her just on some dumb shit.
see, here's
Then
the thing
somebody
with
run up
that.
on you with a Blicky, then you nervous and scared.
So everyone always says because we might have seen or caught on to an individual at a certain part of their life. Oh, they're young. They came up in Hollywood, or she was
Mm-hmm.
super young and she was on TV. They ain't really about that life. You ain't lived that. They pressure Ti's kid like that. Like, boy, you've been, which is true. But then some of these kids, they come from a good foundation. They might not be wanting for nothing, but they still choose to do some crazy stuff outside. So
Yeah, the preacher
inside.
kid syndrome. Want
Yeah,
to be like the
yeah,
preacher
but it
kid.
happens. It happens. So, you know, not to defend her, but I don't really know if that's her life for real or not. To say that in her life, we know what she's exposed to and the let's just say the access to certain things that other people definitely don't have since she was young. But young girl might be out here, well, she ain't even that young anymore, but she might be wilding when light cameras are off or other things. But at the same time, she's still promoting that promiscuous, provocative type of stuff that you know you talk about keeping our daughters off the pole. I'm definitely one for that. So it's certain things that it ain't getting no burn in the whip. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah, I know.
sorry.
Like I listened to a little bit of JT, and then JT actually went to jail. She was in jail for a little while, but she kind of rap about it, street stuff a little bit too. But it's just the way she do it. It just sound more real. It don't sound no fake shit. So I guess it just if you gonna rap about the streets and all that stuff, it just gotta come from a genuine place. So that's all I like. You kind of tell sometimes when it ain't real, just
Well,
how
I
they rapping
always
about it.
said, as an artist, listening to other artists that's rapping about gangster stuff, street stuff, getting money, man, just paint the other side. Paint the picture of
Mm-hmm.
the full picture, the whole story, two sides of the coin. So I always enjoyed your Beanie Siegels, your Scarface, UGK, even Jay Z. Like it ain't
Yeah,
all
they were saying
glorified
Cool
because
G
it ain't
Rap
all
started that.
wins.
They said Cool
Yeah,
G Rap started rapping like he started it. Like Cool G Rap, you
started
ever
what?
listen to him? Like kind of
Yeah,
like
of
what you
course.
talking about. Like he tell you all the sides of the game.
Yeah, because you want to at least know what you are getting into, and if you can, and the locks also. That's another people. Let's say people that a group of people that give you the real. I feel like if it's something you want to listen to that you can learn something from, I felt like their catalog is something that they just not gonna all glorify things like everything's peaches and cream and it's a win every day. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll show you the rain and the cloudy days along with the sunshine and the glitz and the gold. So you got to have artists that are able to paint both those pictures because that's reality. Everyone, getting to the money and not having them off days and them hard times and them struggles, that just ain't it.
Yeah.
That just ain't it.
In the South, Pimp C used to talk about that a lot. He called it country rap tunes though.
But it was real. Lauren Hill
Yeah.
gave it to us. She give you a lot of a soul and everything, but she give you bars,
Yeah, that
but she
Lost
give you
Ones.
both extremes. Yeah, she give you both extremes.
And you ever heard that song from UGK? Be like, One day you here, baby, and then you gone.
Yeah,
The
that's
next day you
classic.
gone. That shit was hard.
Yeah,
Your
that's
mama
classic
kicked
right
me
there.
out at only 14. Yeah, that shit was hard, but he show you both sides. So you gotta like, that's how I feel like. I'll be like, man, you got like but like back to the kids. These
Mhm.
kids don't know. These kids just assuming that everybody telling the truth. So they go like,
Well,
you might be just lying, but these kids don't think you lying. So whatever you say, they going full speed head first sometimes, especially if they don't got no parents telling them like, trying to give them away. So I just be looking at it like, man, you got people you influencing. So just think about that when you make your music.
so I got two questions for you, right? Um, you mentioned UGK. Where are you from?
I'm from Mississippi, but I've been in San Diego half of my life now. So Mississippi and San Diego.
Okay, so you got a southern influence and the West Coast influence. So
Yeah, got some of that
UGK
ism in
is
me.
is smack in between down there in out Texas, where Port Arthur, Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I say that to say the kids just saying that they don't care. I don't know if anyone cares in the music industry right now as far as the lie, because you got to look at it back when,
They want the money.
let's just say that, yeah, but I think let's speak specifically towards hip hop, right? Back in the day, your whole thing had to be authentic.
Mm-hmm.
If you were faking the funk and proven to be fraud, you know what I'm saying? Like, you wasn't getting a record deal. If you ain't lived the life you was talking, if the, what they say, the words you walk, the words you talk better be the words you walk. If that wasn't true, you wasn't respected amongst your peers. I'll get
Right.
out of here. Like, you ain't living that. Now, I don't think nobody cares. I don't think the same value is placed on that. So even if somebody is spitting some bars or singing a song, or and it's like it ain't really true, I don't think the consumer cares that much. As long as the joint is catchy, it sounds good, it's hitting, it got the party, what I'm saying, grooving, it's a vibe, like they say nowadays, and it's gonna sell music or get some clicks. That's all they care, man. They worry about if it's real or not. The fact checkers on the music is you know what I'm saying, like, is long gone right now.
Right. Right.
That's my
Yeah.
opinion, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always say, I'm speaking for myself. That's my opinion, but I don't see that much value placed on that anymore like it used to be, man.
I remember I was looking at this clip back in the day. I was like, shit. Remember PM Dunn?
Of course.
Yeah, they was
Yeah.
rapping about some little simple shit, and they still didn't get it no play. Cause they
The
started
break of
dissing
dawn.
KRS-One. They got their ass up out of there. It's like, nope, you gotta go. Then
Yeah,
like
well, yeah.
Vanilla
This is the
Ice,
teacher.
Vanilla Ice. I was looking at Snow. You remember Snow? Yeah, that
Informer.
song Informer.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah,
absolutely.
that real shit
But you
don't
gotta
last.
see, like, they just gotta be grateful for the moment that they had. Like, Vanilla Ice
Hmm.
made so much money off of hip hop. I mean, he can't be mad at anything. He's still a household name. He still is on TV, and you know what I'm saying? I can't say he has the same star power and polarizing, but he is who he is. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
shit.
Like,
That shit gave him like shit. If you told him, hey, you come in the rap game and make a song or two, and you gonna be eating off that shit forever, basically, shit. He still won.
yeah, yeah. And he probably helped bring a lot of white kids and white America's attention to hip hop, because they might not have really been on it, but they see one of them now doing this, kind of music, genre music. And now you probably got a million old white, this boy sold millions of records, who might not have ever actually got into MC Hammer. Because at one time it was Hammer and Vanilla Ice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, it was back and forth, like the biggest names at the same time, early 90s. So,
I was
you
gonna say
know,
I remember Beastie Boys too. So how much do you think the Beastie Boys do you think it was Vanilla Ice with the most influence, or you think it was the Beastie Boys that had the most influence over white MCs? Cause Beastie Boys was like,
That's
they shit
tough.
was real from the jump. Like I remember I
Yeah,
watched that You Got to Fight. I was watching this shit like, what is this and who are these people? But when it didn't come across me, it was whack or fake or none of that. It was just like, okay, this is all right. But people kind of don't talk about them as much.
that's a great question, man. That's a real good question. So I'll say this: I think the Beastie Boys was a little bit more grounded and in sync with the culture because I think
Mm-hmm.
they were with Def Jam, and I think they
Yep.
were shoulder to shoulder with Russell Simmons, and kind of like that whole buildup of that movement. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a monumental movement with Def Jam and everything. I look at Vanilla Ice, he was almost like, I'm not gonna say a plant, but whatever they found in him, it
Plant.
was like he kind of like yeah, that's what they call him nowadays, a plant. But if you
Yeah.
look back at it, it was kind of like he existed on his own. Like he was just a thing. Like it became like a mega star. But as far as the influence on the culture, he might have had. Now you said white MCs. I would say Beastie Boys because I think they personified and took on more of the MC um, identity. You know what I'm saying, within rap and hip hop than Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice, he had a hot track, and I don't know if he was really, what I'm saying, kicking her and trying to learn about hip hop. I think Beastie Boys was more in the culture. So for white MCs, I go with Beastie Boys all day. I don't think they reached the heights of Vanilla Ice, but maybe they did for what they were trying to achieve. I think they're more respected in the hip hop culture for sure.
Mm. Then give us some things, some life hacks, some things you do in your life to make it more efficient or smoother.
For just life or music, what we talking about?
Life, to my life hacks.
um, Man, practice patience, man. Not to go on impulse or decide things, make decisions off emotions. Sit back, reflect, and really just try to digest, what I'm looking at, what I'm hearing, and then move accordingly. But like to strategize and prepare, man. Preparation is big, so I'm not one to I'm not one to just be impulsive and I like to prepare, not like to be caught off guard. Um, I'll leave it with those two. I think a good life hack is to prepare for things, so you kind of know what's going on and being proactive. You see things coming down the road. Don't wait till the last minute. Because growing up, a lot of us we be last minute type of folks. We be reactive instead of proactive. And
Mm.
you learn when you get older, it's better to just kind of just jump on things and get it out the way. Get it
So,
out the way.
if you're looking at the world right now, what are some things someone should be proactive about?
Um, right now, everything that's going on around in society with the changing of the guard, you got to be understanding. Like, first of all, what is the last 2 weeks with the new person in office mean for you and yours? It doesn't change my family. I know that. With my kids and my work situation. So you got to be in the know. What they still say, and I believe knowledge is power. So if you're not keeping up to speed with what's going on around you in your community, first it starts small locally, right? But then it branches out. So you got to understand, the current events that's evolving. And just I'm big on protection and guardianship. And when I mean that, I mean by like just being able to protect the home front, you and yours, how to keep everything in your house. You said you got a son and a daughter. What's keeping them happy and healthy, first and foremost. And then when your wife leaves the home, how can you make sure that her day goes a little bit smoother? You keep the home front intact, everything else kind of just falls into place. But if your home front and your the palace of the kingdom that you rest in ain't in order, man, everything will start falling apart, man. It's like a ripple effect. So that's the hack. You keep yourself, well in order, so then you can be the king of your castle and be able to hold it down for everyone else.
And then what do you like? What are some of your favorite foods?
Oh man, foods. Um, steak and macaroni and cheese. That's the least healthy thing you could think of, but that's always been one of the favorite foods. My wife she's got the crown out for the macaroni and cheese. My
I said, what kind
godmother.
of steak?
Oh man, bone in ribeye.
Mm.
That's always been it. A bone in ribeye, and then yeah for
How do you make it? How you cook yours?
on the flat top on the stove in
I
the
saw this
pan.
thing. I saw this video like this dude. He's like, this what happened when you eat your steak well done. Man, that dude was eating that shit for like 3 days. So it was just showing him he ate it. Then it showed him like he went to the gym, he was still chewing on it. He went to work, he was still chewing on it.
Oh
He
no,
went
yeah,
hard,
no,
he
they
was still
tripping.
chewing on it. I'm like, that's why I was like, I don't like when they be like, well done.
But listen, everyone. So all right, let me ask you: you eat steak? How you like your steak?
I like the I like when it's a little pink in it still. So what's the one
Okay.
is that like medium rare?
Now, growing up, back in the day, I ain't never hear nothing that wasn't well done. Everything cooked in the crib or anywhere else I went, everyone's food was well done. You ain't like if it was still bloody or red, that was not. Nobody was having that. Now all these years later, decades later, get older, it's like, oh well, that's how you supposed to have it. You go to restaurants, you say medium. Well, waiter look at you like like something, like you want to. I'm just like, Now I'm say that because I'll order my steak medium, but a lot of times you do it because they might still overcook it.
Mm.
And so I found like medium is just kind of like the sweet spot because if it's still undone, under, you could send it back. I don't mind it medium well. I'm not for having my kids eat medium just because how I grew up. I might order mine, but I'm gonna get theirs medium well. I don't want theirs still red. But that's
Shit.
just me.
It's
That's
it's a
just
little
me.
thing I be seeing. I be seeing a lot of people eat raw meat and they saying it's healthier. They eat raw everything. I'm like, I don't know about that. And they like I be seeing people eating a lot of raw meat and they eating a lot of like butter, like whole sticks of butter and shit. And they saying that's healthy. I'm like, how is that healthy? You seen that?
Nah. Now when you say raw sticks, but you mean in food, like they might throw whole sticks
No,
of
I'm
butter
saying
and cook it. Or you
they
talking
be
about
eating
just raw?
no. It's people that just eat butter. Like they eat cause they say it got that MTC oil in it. So people just eat like butter. Like it was this one
Nah,
girl on
man.
social media, she eat butter with everything. Like she'll eat like butter sandwiches, like she just eat butter. Like people eat butter like with everything. Like it's like some TikTok shit. But look it up. It's like people that really like eat sticks of butter. Like they eat like 5, 6 sticks of butter a day with all their meals and just everything. They're like they say
Yeah.
it's healthier because they got that MCC oil in it. But I'm like, man, I don't know about eating all that butter and how that's healthy.
Think about all the unhealthy things that come with all that butter, all the cholesterol, all what I'm saying. Now look, I'm no specialist whatsoever, so I ain't a dietitian, nothing. I just know what I know and eat what I like. I can't imagine eating whole sticks of butter being healthy, but someone I saw said this, and I agree. You can go online and probably find a conversation for just about any point you're
I
trying to
know, right?
prove, refine, and find research behind it that justifies what they're saying to be true. So I agree that if I went online to look that up, I could, without a doubt, probably find a bunch of shit that's talking about people eating butter extending their life for like 5 to 10 years, or
Yeah. So you see him
losing
that
weight
five,
or
you see him like 5, 10 years later, they ain't here no more.
yeah, but that's the thing. Like a lot of the stuff we go through, people think they found the trick or whatever like that, and you don't know the lasting impact, and the stuff might trickle down. Like who knows to where now people taking all these miracle meds and all this stuff. It might not hit them, but who knows what they offspring, they children's or children, what it does to they genes and everything. Like it's just crazy, man. But you never know. You never know.
Yeah, I was trying to show you a video, but I don't, let me see. I would say then do you know about the liver? I was talking about the eating the raw meat. You know about Liver King, right? You ever heard about him?
Liver King?
Yeah, it's like a white dude that be working out all the time, like Liver
Nah,
King. And he just be eating raw meat like all the time, like raw everything. They be like raw bull nuts, like everything just raw. I'm like, man, I ain't doing that shit either.
nah. I
They
know
be,
some people that are I don't know if this correct term is like fruitarians. So instead of like a vegetarian, they just eat
Mhm.
fruit. You got your vegans, the vegetarians, pescatarians and stuff. I don't know personally anyone that just eats raw food all day, every day. But
Yeah,
they
I would
out there.
say it's actually I'm looking at her page right now. This girl, if you want to just see what I'm talking about with the butter, her name Butter Girl. She be eating all kind of crazy butter, but it be a lot of more people doing that too. But and
Butter
then
girl.
far as
Crazy.
your like what's your not like I ain't talking about no alcohol and nothing. What's your favorite beverage? Non-alcoholic beverage.
Probably Gatorade. The orange Gatorade.
Yeah,
Orange
I be drinking
Gatorade.
a Gatorade, but then people be like, "Oh, it got too much sugar in it." So I sometimes I try to get the light one, like the a Gatorade
The
Zero.
zero. Yeah, the
Yeah,
zero. That's cool. Um, I be trying
yeah, but
not
it
to
don't hit
drink
the
soda.
same. It don't hit the same like the orange. Which Gatorade you say you like?
The orange one. It never hit the same. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Nothing
they
with
still make the
zero
yellow
sugar
one.
that
I
hit the
remember the
same.
yellow one when I was little.
Yeah, I mean that's the classic one. That's the lemon lime, of course.
Man, Gatorade like the best feeling of Gatorade is when you playing sports, like you in football practice or basketball practice, and you get some Gatorade. Man, that shit tastes different. Especially
Yeah.
'cause I guess it been in that damn cooler with all that water, the ice is sitting, and you thirsty, man. You drink that Gatorade, that shit busting, man.
Yeah, you know, ain't nothing like
What
some of
about?
that when you
Yeah,
was balling.
I like asking people about. Do you have a certain kind of water you drink, or
A certain kind of water.
yeah, like do you have a favorite kind of water or just any kind of water?
Probably just Deer Park because my wife just buys cases and cases of it. Like she
Deer
don't rock
Park.
really, yeah, Deer Park water. She don't,
Hmm.
she ain't doing nothing
Yeah, we ain't
else.
got that
But
out here.
no, but you
Mm.
you say you in San Diego now?
Yeah,
They probably got it. You know what? Then maybe I'm just giving Deer
Deer
Park too
Park.
much credit. Yeah, shoot, I got Deer Park.
No, we ain't got that out here. Hmm. What kind of water is
Let
it?
me find out. They gotta have Deer Park out there.
What kind of water is it? Like, just is
It's
it like
just it's natural
filtered
spring water.
spring?
Nah,
Oh, it's spring
yeah,
water.
100,
Okay.
yeah, 100% natural spring water. And you know what? That's just me being ignorant, thinking it has to exist everywhere. Because I'm just grown up like knowing Deer Park to be everywhere. But you on the West Coast, yeah, you might never have seen Deer Park. That's crazy. I couldn't even imagine
No,
it.
we got like Aquafina. Yeah, we ain't got no Deer Park. I ain't got no Deer Park. Nestle. Yeah, we got different shits.
Nah, we got all that
Yeah.
too.
Mm.
Man, listen, somebody in the comments, somebody gonna be like, y'all definitely got some Deer Park on the West
Yeah, ain't
Coast.
no have no Deer Park, and they got a deer on it. They got a deer on it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They got a deer on there.
Mm.
Yeah. Y'all, man, look, y'all definitely got some Deer Park on the West, man.
You gotta look it up, huh?
It has to be, man. It has to be. It's no way. The company's too huge.
It's good
The
though.
company is too huge. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. But I'm not super picky. Like I don't know about you. Like, is there certain water you won't drink, or you said Aquafina and Nestle? Are those like your go tos, your favorites that you prefer?
Shit. I really just most time I just buy a water filter and just drink my water filter water. Like I just get
Okay.
buy a filter and then just drink it like that. And then I was telling myself I just need to have more water in the house just cause. So I just buy it, but I don't really be going off like the names and everything. Oh,
Hmm.
somebody said it's usually found on the East Coast.
For
Yeah.
real.
since she watching, she talking about the water. She talking about your Deer Park water. She saying that's on the East Coast.
Get
What
out of
water
here,
do
man. Ain't
what
no
water
way.
do we have out here? I can't like now I'm on the spot and I can't think about
I'm
our
on a
water.
website trying to find Deer Park in Cali. Like, it ain't no way. It ain't no way Deer Park is only on the East
I ain't
Coast.
never heard no damn Deer Park till you said it. I was like Deer Park. Okay, I'm finna tell you what I'm on 7-Eleven website, so I can tell you what water they got. Drinks, okay. Bottled water. We have, yeah, they got their own like store water. Then we got, I don't even know what this is. This is like some, yeah, these ain't no name brand water. So yeah, I don't know. I have to look and see. But yeah, I ain't never heard of Deer Park. You might have to say something for me. Oh, they said Deer Park is owned by Nestle though. Yeah,
I have to send you some.
she said Deer Park is owned by Nestle, but out here we don't have Deer Park. We just have Nestle water. So I don't know. Maybe they just, I don't know.
Hey, look, learn something new every day. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Something
I'm gonna
to
have to
me
try to
that
give me
sounds
some.
like a Hershey bar or something like that, not being out like you saying it's only on the West Coast or something like that. That's how crazy it sounds like. I thought Deer Park was that big, but that goes to me. I don't know nothing, man.
Yeah,
Me
I'm gonna
just
have to
giving Deer
try to
Park that
try to
much
give me
credit.
some and see how it tastes though. You say you like it?
Yeah, I went down. Listen, I'm not that picky on water like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you give me a good filter, you know what I'm saying? I could drink water out the tap or whatever like that. My wife now, she's picky. She really it's only like a couple different waters that she'll drink and Deer Park's one of them. Like she won't
Yeah.
drink Aquafina and like I don't know about Nestle, but like certain waters she won't even bother with.
Yeah, I had to step my game up, man, because I'm from Mississippi. Shit, I grew up just drinking damn water hose water. I ain't
Yeah.
know about none of that shit. I stepped my game up when I came to Cali because shit, some of this like you just don't want to be drinking the water. I mean, our water system is pretty good out here, like in San
Uh-huh.
Diego. But you go to other water, the shit, ain't no telling what kind of water you drinking. So you just gotta be careful. But like I said, I just do the filter and take it from there. Because even with the bottled water, they be like, if it's in the milk in the plastic too long, something wrong with that. So it's like that's what I'm learning too, man. Like everything, I be trying to like keep up with like food and what's healthy. Man, it's like you
Yeah.
can't eat shit. Like what the fuck can you eat?
Well, it's hard. It's
Everything bad
hard.
for you.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's hard because as soon as you figure out, oh, the trend is this, or they saying that's whack for you to eat this, you got all this information saying that that's really bad. So it's like, yeah, man, listen, all you can do is really just try to,
Oh
man,
yeah, see that this is
try to.
another point. She talking about how like we don't got mambo sauce out here. Y'all got
Oh
mambo
no,
sauce, right?
yeah, yeah. So I don't know who's in the chat, man. Let me.
We had
I
to
ain't
order it.
pull
We had
that
to
up.
order it from Amazon to get it. We tried. It was good though,
Well, let
but
me
it
tell
ain't
you
good
this,
as
right?
I think the best one is Buffalo Red Hot though. That's the one.
Buffalo Red Hot. What's that?
Yeah, we got some Buffalo Red Hot sauce. It's like, hold on. I'm like, yeah, I got it right here. Yeah, this shit right here.
Okay, well, that's the traditional Red Hot. That's Buffalo though.
Yeah, this shit good.
Got you. Okay, okay.
But that,
Yeah, 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 yeah. So I'm gonna
hey,
tell
no,
you,
no sponsor either. I just promoted that shit just off of love.
shameless plug, right?
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah, that shit good.
so out here in the DMV, they call DC, Maryland, Virginia, the Mambo sauce is heavy. When I moved from Jersey, I got put onto it. It ain't you ain't gonna find it anywhere else like it out here. You gotta come get the original mambo sauce from out here. And that's I'm not even saying it right because if you from out here, they call it mumbo. You know what I'm saying? Like I just
Mm.
say it how I say it because but you got to get it in. It's done differently in different spots. So you go to a carry out that's around the corner. Theirs might be a little lighter because they do it's a little bit more sweeter. It's kind of always gonna be like some type of a ketchup hot sauce or like a sweet and sour type of ketchup or a hot sauce type of blend. It's so many
Yeah.
different mixes to how they do it. Some spots it looks darker. Some spots it's a little lighter, kind of more orange color.
So every
But
spot making
now
their own mambo sauce.
exactly. But then you
Mm.
have people commercialize it and actually run it. You can go to the grocery store and get mumbo sauce. I think it's Capital City
Yeah,
now
we
got
ordered some one time. We ordered it from
yeah,
Amazon and got it. Got it.
yeah, it's that big. But that's you know, when things get kind of like really popular and go mainstream, people are like, oh, that's good, but you gotta come to it's kind of true. It's kind of like what I'm telling you. Like people tell you, you go to Philly, you can't go to Geno's and Max's to the cheesesteak spot because that's where every tourist goes. You got to go
Yeah,
to the
I
hole in the
think we
wall
got the
spot.
Mexican food on lock out here.
I wouldn't.
Mexican
Hey,
food,
I
the
I can't.
burritos, pretty good out here.
You think so? Now, when you say out here, you
Yeah,
mean San Diego got the best,
yeah,
or
San
Cali in
Diego.
general? San Diego.
I can't speak for I can't speak for Cali in general. I'm speaking for I got to speak for San Diego.
Okay.
It should be busting.
Yeah,
They got
I've
some
been
good
to
food out
Cali.
here.
I've been to Cali a handful of times. I've never been to San Diego though. My aunt was out
Where you
there
went?
maybe really just LA. LA.
Okay.
Where was that? San Francisco before. Um right outside of LA, right Carson. But that's it. Never been to San Diego. I want to go to San Diego though.
That's what's up. And then shit, we've been talking for a while. I would say what would you like to say to your fans and supporters?
Man, thank you. Thank you. You know, I just like writing rhymes. You know what I'm saying? Like I get beats here and there and just start cooking and start to share with the public. You know what I'm saying? I never really strive to try to be like a superstar or anything. I'm just a guy that just enjoys doing music, and in my spare time I come down to my own personal space, create, and decide to basically put it on streaming platforms with the world. Excuse me, just trying to.
Yeah, I was saying when I was listening to your music, that's what I said. Actually, I think you were saying like you were saying something like you a rapper's rapper. And actually, like when I heard the rhymes and stuff, I was like, okay, like I could tell you actually probably really take time and think about what you're writing about and stuff like that. So I was like, you always gotta respect that with an artist. Because some
Yeah, I
artists now
mean,
you can tell when people just like, especially nowadays, you got people that are just gonna freestyle the whole album, shit. You can tell the difference. You can tell when
well,
somebody actually sitting down and like kind of like being thoughtful. Even if you freestyling, you can tell when they're thoughtful about their freestyling versus just freestyling.
yeah, yeah, you can. I can anyway, I feel like, and I try to take my time with it. But yeah, man, I just appreciate, just trying to go a little further, extend myself, you know what I'm saying, push myself to further the craft, but just not for myself, but like for hip hop and rap in general, you know. I think it's different folks for different strokes. Or different strokes for different folks, I should say, meaning a lot of people I had a person I know ask me, it's like, man, why don't you what's that stuff that they doing in New York, that sound, why don't you be going over some music like that? And
Drill.
I was like, what you talking about? That's what they were getting at. Yeah, and we got down to, I was like, oh, you talking about drill, ain't like it originated in New York, but they were saying the drill because I think the sound that I normally gravitate to is more boom bap, and they were more like, I guess, as far as what the radio is pushing and what's out right now, looking for that. And they were like, yeah, I'll be honest, man, I think I'm just sometimes a little too dumb to catch up to all the stuff you be saying. I get it, but and I was like, that's cool, like I appreciated hearing that because I know it's some like that for everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like some people
Hey,
want to hear people over this type. Some people appreciate the music I make, but that's just a beautiful thing. And I appreciated them sharing that with me because I know I don't want to dumb my music down, but I know there's someone out there that appreciates a rhyme scheme to where they put two and two together and they're like, yo, you talking about, and I'm like, yeah, like people that get it, they decode it in the
hey,
comments. That's what I love. I love the comments because the real listeners and the real people, they let me know they caught it. You know what I'm saying? Or they be like, yo, everyone ain't gonna know you talking about such and such. And I'm like, you caught it though. Like I'm writing for that audience, that digs a little deeper, a little bit more thoughtful and introspective, I guess.
mm. Yeah, but I say, cause especially like the radio, it's gonna get to a point eventually where we just like, I don't know if you remember like the beat tapes, but I think they're gonna get to the point where like, cause people are already like, oh, I just listen to the beat, and they don't really care about what's in the music. So you could just really just play the beat and just have somebody like just ad libbing on the beat, and then
Yeah.
shit, that's it. Shit, really, like, I mean, Not Like Us is good, but it was the beat that took it to the next level. Like I ain't trying, I love Kendrick, but like,
No.
yeah,
Don't I get exactly what you're saying. I get exactly what you're saying, and I will say, it's always a marriage, right? Because
mm-hmm,
the best song will always have some strong lyrics and a powerful beat. It's a marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like they go hand to hand. You don't really hear. Think about it. You don't hear either on the radio. Now I don't know. XM kind of got a little bit of everything. There's probably some what they call it, lo-fi or some chill beats where you might
mm-hmm,
have a channel on XM that really got like all instrumentals. I don't know, but on traditional radio, you don't have stations that play acapellas. You don't have stations that play instrumentals. They play songs, which is both. You know what I'm saying? So the best song probably has a powerful beat and some good lyrics to go with it. And that's just really, what it is. But that's why it's a little bit of everything for everyone. People can figure out what they like and double down on it and rock with it. I just know what I like. But that's what people always had, when they was calling it the mumble rap. People was having issues with that. And you said a certain thing is soon gonna be, what'd you say, just ad libbing it? If you
yeah.
notice now,
They gonna be on
a
the beach
lot
like,
of
yeah, yeah,
y'all touch on that
oh,
real quick. Not so much. Well, that's yeah, that's definitely an ad lib. But a lot of times, a lot of hit songs in the last like couple years have been 4 or 8 bar hooks or stanzas. Like the
mm,
actual verse, it ain't a traditional 16 bar verse, 8 bar hook. You might get like an 8 bar verse and an 8 bar hook, and that'll be it. Like that, and they'll just repeat it to where it's the repetitiveness that gets you, what I'm saying, that really gets you caught up. It's not like you're not getting 3 16s, like songs that are like 3 4 minutes plus. That's out of here. Now the songs are typically anywhere between a minute and a half to 2.5 minutes because the attention
mm-hmm.
spans are shorter, and I I don't know, but that's just what it is. But I notice it's less lyrics and more of repetitive hooks, you know.
Yeah. So I just want to tell you, thank you for coming through politicking with me.
Oh man, appreciate you, brother. Thanks for having me, man. Thank you. And to all
No
the
problem.
listeners and everyone checking in on the comments. Appreciate y'all.
No problem. You want to tell them how to hit you up on social media, how to check out the music and everything?
Yeah, Ace Wonda, spelled AceWonda, underscore Ace Wonda on IG. And like I said, Ace Wonda straightforward on everything else.
You got any shout outs?
Just to the people, man. The people letting me know that they rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? They listening to keep it coming. I'm inspiring them and motivating them. Met a lot of great people on this journey, man. Just recently releasing music. Like I said, I've been creating and writing, but I just started really sharing music over the last few years. So this is kind of new to me and it's fun. I stopped doing some other stuff that I was involved with and just start getting into this. And so I'm loving it. So I'm going to keep it going. I got more music coming. Check the website, acewonda.com, acewonda.com. Be keeping y'all updated. Got some merch on there as well, some vinyl that me and my boy Broadway, we released our project, Even Rebel Say Grace, we dropped about a year ago. And so we got the green vinyl for that. Um, but yeah, just stay tuned, man.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to that set you owe me. So yeah, just hit us with leave us with some of your favorite bars and we're gonna roll out like that.
You said the what I owed you?
That set, you was gonna do a set earlier, right?
Oh, that's news to me.
No, you remember
What's
when
news?
went away for a minute, you said you was about to do a set?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I
That's
said
for sure.
just
I
hit
ain't
us
know
with
you
some.
got disconnected. You got disconnected. I didn't even know if you heard that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
I
was
said
saying.
just hit us with some of your we gonna leave, but just hit us with some of your favorite bars.
Okay. I was just playing this. On many levels, but his story's untold. I link up with Slimline and let the story unfold. Many milestones achieved, but wait, there's more to behold. running rappers. I'm the father like a Maury episode. I was sitting in the ref, man. I felt proud to be from Jersey. The grit mixed with the wit. I thought astounded, yes, I'm dirty. My pops grew up in Newark, and I would often visit family. 15th and Avon with Khalif. I seen what he was handling. My bigger cousin making moves. My older brother hustled too. I thought when you were in school, these were things you were accustomed to. So when I was kicked out of school, I'm steady bringing justice through. Search warrant at my mama's house. I'm a fucking fool. I quarter with it was nothing cool. My parents split and I was pissed. We downsized apartments, juggling jobs. Mine was struggling too. What I fucking do? Cause us to up and move. She pulled us through that tough time. I mean, that lady is the truth. Thinking back so many evenings, probably she the younger me. Adults asking when you grow up, tell me what you wanna be. And I didn't know, I had no clue. I only dreamed to be king with a queen off the scene with the means to getting dope. I didn't feel my prophecy in one, but I'm still on a roll. This is the Odyssey of One, follow me, here we go. This is the Odyssey of One, follow me, here we go. Let's go.
I said you sound
Yeah,
like
man,
Slick Rick when you first came in.
nah, okay, I'll
Was that on
take that.
purpose? Huh?
No, it wasn't on purpose, but it's a story. I'm telling a story.
Yeah, you
You know what I'm
sound me. You
saying?
sound because they had like you sound like you was British, and then you switched your voice up some on the next verse.
Yeah, well, that was the hook. Yeah, so I whispered at the last part of the hook on that one. But yeah, man, I take that. I take that. That
Yeah,
shout out for
can't go wrong with Slick
Rick the
Rick.
Ruler. And you can't
Yeah,
go
I'm
for
gonna ask you
no
about
for
AZ
yourself.
too, man. Last thing we gotta talk about because he was my favorite artist too. So, what do you like about AZ? Then just tell us some of your favorite songs.
Man, I might nerd out a little bit. So with AZ, what I don't think he gets credit for is his rhyme transitions. So I think as a MC and a lyricist, you want your flow when you're rapping to really sound smooth over the beat. You
Oh
can
yeah.
have a couple bars that be really hard and tough, and saying you killed it, a dope punchline, but then when you go right into your next two, how you mended it's not smooth. AZ had a pattern that I peeped where he was able to rhyme the very last word of, like, say, two bars, and then the next word that started his next two bars would rhyme. So
Mm,
a lot of people weren't doing that. A lot of people wouldn't even care to pay attention. But that's why his rhymes would sound smooth, because he wasn't just rhyming the last bar of every two words or every four words. He would rhyme, like, say, the last one and then pick it up with the first one from the next bar. So it was
mm,
it was something that was just dope. And I was like, man, brothers ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't get credit for a lot of it, but brothers ain't doing that. Some people do it a little bit more, but that was one thing that stood out to me for AZ. And I never forget that. I was like, his transitions between his bars was seamless and smooth, and it just sounded good. You know what I'm saying? When you rhyming bars in between, instead of just waiting for the last two or four bars, that last word to rhyme, he had more rhyming words in between. I'm like, man, this dude is killing it, man.
yeah. And what's your favorite song through him?
Uh, Sh- Sugar Hill.
Mm. I wanna live with
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
you.
Classic.
It's so lovely. I think my first one
Yeah,
was my first one, I think because the first thing I heard him on was Life is a Bitch. That's
like
what I
some
was
bit.
like.
Yeah, I was gonna
I was
say
like,
that, but that's
I heard that
some
shit and I
people
was
think
like,
that's
who is
Nas's too.
this? Yeah, I was like, who is
Yeah.
this? And then they just kind of after that, I was like, man, I had to figure out who he was. And then I
Mhm.
think at first, because I was from the South, but I think at first his fashion got me. I was like, man, this dude always fly. And then I heard this song with Nas.
Yeah.
I kept hearing all the songs with him and Nas. And I was like, man, I gotta go through it. I just started going through getting all his stuff. And I'm like, yeah, he tight, man. He don't get it. He don't. I don't think he get the recognition like he really deserves. But yeah, he's tight. He's real tight.
And I'm gonna say that I'm glad you asked about him though, but I say I always liked and gravitated to a lot of the people that didn't get the direct spotlight. And when I say that, I'll say I
Just why you
mentioned
said Beanie
Styles P.
Siegel. Yeah, yeah. He said Beanie
So
Siegel.
right, because Beanie, of course, he was part of Rockefeller, and the head of the rock, you see Jay-Z. But Beanie was a beast within his own. But even with the locks, most people, they always went for Jadakiss. And I always tend to rock with Styles. You know what I'm saying? Love Kiss and Chic, but it was always Styles. And you gotta really, man, appreciate the brothers that can go toe to toe and hold their own with these elite lyricists. You know what I'm saying? So when you see someone like
Even how
AZ
you
on
mentioned
multiple
Redman.
features, yeah, with Method Man, when you are a feature on a track with an elite MC like I said, Royce the 5'9" with Eminem, and Royce is always able to hold his own. You don't see M smoking Royce. You don't see
No.
Jadakiss smoking Styles P. You don't see Hov smoking Beanie C. Like, these are artists that are holding their own because they're dope within their own right. I always like to really dig into and you know what I'm saying, like, those are my guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are my guys. I always champion, you know what I'm saying, the ones that majority would love and say, yeah, they're number one, but man, you gotta always peep the guys that can hold their own. AZ's next to Nas and everything, man. They right there with them. They right there with them.
All right, y'all. We out to the next time. You got anything else you
Yes,
want to leave
sir.
listeners with?
Man, just peace and love, man. Everyone just continue to hold it down, stay safe out here, and man, family first.
Yeah, they say nobody losing the family feuds.
There you go.